Hi, my name is David Nelson from Squimpish Flies. I'm here at the Complete Angler in Darien, Connecticut today, and I'm happy to be showing you some of my favorite flies and how to tie them. This next fly we're doing is a small, let's say about 4.5 to 5 inch baitfish pattern. It's got a little bit of squimpish hair in it, it's got some saddles, and it's got some dubbing. And this is the profile that we're looking for. I'm using a Gamakatsu 1/0 for this. This could be done on any size fly you wanted. I was looking for a little bit of the weight on the wire. So in my hand here I've got a clump of what we call the Squimpish Boutique Blends. It's our Squimpish hair. It's mixed with some natural accents, and this one has angel hair flash in it. And this fly will be tied majority with this. So it's like the less is more approach in terms of as you build a fly. So the tail section basically is right at the bend. I like to tie it reverse. I can show you one of the great things about Squimpish and how to get the shapes and textures you want is that, so I've got it taken forward. Literally all you got to do is kind of put your thumbnail there like that. You don't have to do any kind of thread dams in the least bit. Just one little drop of super glue right there. If you want to lift, you can do that. I don't want to lift, I just want it straight. Perfect tail. If you want it a little bit shorter, which I kind of do, just trim off a little bit on the taper. So that's the tail of the fly. This is going to be kind of a hollow fly in the sense of that we're going to do some reverse ties to get the profile we're looking for, and then we're going to switch back to the bucktail deceiver type. So I've got a nice fair clump of this stuff here. It's a little more than I need. So I'm looking for that right taper that I'm looking for the next tie-in. And just kind of pull until I see the shape that I'm looking for. Now, as you guys know, when you're building taper, you want to go long to short. So I advance my thread a little bit. Couple of loose wraps, just like working with bucktail. You got it 180 degrees around the shank. Cinch it off. Make sure you got a good distribution. And then one of the things that Bob Hoffick's taught me a long time ago was really the only thing that's important, and I hope you can pick it up, is that you want your thread wraps that you're going to push against to be 100% vertical. If you have an angle on your thread wraps, when you push back against the thread, some are going to be like this, and some are going to be like at a tight one. So you want basically really nice straight up and down thread wraps there. I personally don't like to pull my thread through, so I prefer to cut thread. Just a touch of super glue on the thread. Let it dry before you start skirting around with it. You would have thought by a professional like me now would have brought like a pen with him to do this, right?
I can go grab you one real quick.
I'm doing this long enough to not even need it, seems like. So you just kind of push up against it. And then again, because it's a synthetic fiber, a little touch of super glue, just literally at the base. Keep everything exactly where you want, with the profiles you want. Reattach your thread. Advance. And get ready for the next tie-in. Going to use a little bit more, and it's going to go a little bit shorter. So that was there, so this is going to go to there. You reach out and you kind of wiggle the fibers to get the taper you want. Sometimes one is better than the other. Thank you so much. And if there's anything that there you don't want, it's the same process of the loose wraps, or soft wraps as they call. Bring them together, make sure they're evenly distributed around the hook shank, and then make sure that your tie-ins are totally vertical. Let's get cut off. A little glue on the thread. It's not going anywhere. Just bonds right into it. I'm using gel spun and it just will not come off. Let it dry. Take your handy little tool. Just kind of push against it. Make sure everything's distributed around the fly. I like what I'm seeing. The shape is starting to turn. And then the last tie-in we do just a little bit shorter, and we're looking for a little bit of a more of a lift. What we're going to do is this time we're going to go 2 different tie-ins. We're going to do a bit of a longer one on the top and a shorter one at the belly to create that nice taper that we're looking for in the belly. So this is going to be the top one. I don't know if you guys can tell how much shorter it is than that front tie-in. All meeting nice, and then I know it's a broken record, but nice vertical thread wraps, and when you push against that, it'll give you a really nice angle you're looking for. just push up against the stuff. You got, because you of the nice thread dam you have in front of it. It's almost like you don't even need to do a thread dam in front of it, and you get the shape that you're looking for. So that's a pretty good shape. I thought it'd be cute to finish this up with some saddles over that. So pick like, let's do a, kind of like over the top. So find like where you want the base to tie in. When finishing up a fly, I like to finish with a shorter diameter head. It makes for less bulk, and if you don't have a ton of room to work with at the front, it allows you to have a nice head finished up nicely. Sometimes these things need a little bit of adjustment. Looks pretty good to me. And if you want your feathers to never ever pull out, there's a great technique, which I'm sure you've all used, which is once the butts are in, tie back over the butts and lock them out, and your feathers will never pull out. So good stuff there. A little bit of the laser dub in the bottom, just to kind of, as far as to the bend, just to kind of capture all that stuff in the belly, keep anything from possibly fouling. And then of all the colors that we chose, I thought that that Homeless Care Bear would look really nice from Laterra's over the back. A little glue and thread, just lock it in, not going anywhere. There's nothing worse in my mind than not having enough room to put your tippet through, right? So now this step is really just to catch all the fibers that would possibly want to come forward and foul while you're fishing. and it makes just a little cage. Because it's not like I'm coating the whole fly. I'm literally just doing the area in the belly and the overwing. And once it dries, it gives a really nice substrate for a stick-on eye. Like if you could feel this, once it's dry, it's got very spongy, and if you were to take not a tab eye, but a stick-on eye with a little bit of adhesive and put it on there, it's never coming off. It actually like welds to the material. And that's what I found with regards to these styles of flies. So like, perfect little bait fish. Sorry, I should be by the camera. Perfect little bait fish, little feather, good shape, a lot of wiggle, and there's like nothing to it except for the weight of the hook right now.